let me just explain something. This is the number one reason why I personally feel that making money is more important than finding a man or being with a man or looking for a man. Because once you have money, you're not gonna just settle for anybody. You're not gonna just go after something that is just because you're trying to get out of a situation. Oh, that's why I'm gonna go with this man because he has money. Stop trying to listen to all these people that say, like, oh yeah, go after the rich men only. Actually, you should become the rich man. You need to become the rich woman, okay? Because every single time that you put yourself out there in a place of vulnerability and trying to become the woman that's trying to get saved, like, oh my god, I need somebody to come save me because I'm not complete and enough. When you're going into relationships and you're trying to get saved, the type of energy that you have towards other people is like broken, okay? You're going to be attracting broken men. Men that are trying to become above you, men that are trying to like not be actually, they're just, I don't know, it's just not it. So what you're gonna have to do is become the woman of your dreams. You're gonna have to be the woman that actually provides for yourself, because every single time I looked outwards and try to find a man that's trying to provide for me versus instead of fix my money, I attracted these wounded men. They were just the type of men that take me for a ride, and at the end of the day, they pretend that they're gonna give me things. They didn't give me anything. They're all just full of games and full of nonsense. So what you're gonna do is find a way to make your own money, okay? Because that means that you're not gonna go into relationships that are just because you're trying to get into a relationship for being in a relationship for their money. We aren't doing that, okay? That is we are in 2026. That is so yesterday. So what you're gonna have to do is find a way to do that business of yours, make sales, and actually become the version of yourself that is healed completely. And then when you want to find somebody or find a partner, you're gonna actually find somebody that's not the type to make you feel less than, okay? I don't care what anybody is saying out there. Like, I used to watch a lot of these videos that tell women that they just should rely on a man completely. But what if down the road, 5, 10 years down the road, a couple months in, a couple years in, you are in this relationship and you don't like it? You feel locked in, but you have no way out because you are financially stuck, okay? You're literally in a trap that you have created for yourself, but society also creates it. Society tells you to go after a relationship that is, you're like the woman that is broken and I need to go find somebody because they need to fix me. And what happens is they're going into relationships, broken women finding men that are trying to put a puzzle in them, but you're gonna be broken down the line because what if it goes south, okay? We don't want to be in such a place of vulnerability that after the aftermath is so much worse. And I see it all the time. I see it in tons of videos on Instagram or all these like relationships, and they're all saying like, oh, you have to just go after a rich man. But what about making your own money, okay? Because making your own money is freedom. Freedom triumphs everything. Freedom is the ultimate level of success. Personally, I feel that being in a relationship is a trap. And if you're in a relationship just to find somebody to get you out of a situation, it's a trap. It's all just a trap, because then it's not gonna feel right, let's say, and then you're still trapped. So every time you move forward, you're always in a trap because you didn't fix your internal state. You didn't fix the version of yourself that really need the fixing, okay? And when I was like maybe a little younger, like 2 years ago, I was always thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go after like a rich man, I'm gonna find him. I don't want that, because I don't want somebody to just take me out of the situation that I'm in and then I'm gonna have to be reliant on somebody else for my income. My income is gonna be my freedom. My income is what's gonna bring me to a state of ultimate freedom. Freedom is before a relationship. Freedom is before a man. If you're trying to go towards a man to get free, it's only going to trap you more. Maybe it's going to be a nice honeymoon phase, and then after that, it's a trap. I don't care what anybody says. That's how I feel. And to me, that's what it looks like. And I think that if I'm just trying to go after a relationship just for the financial stability or security for that, that's so manipulative on my part. Why would I manipulate myself into going into a relationship just for that financial freedom? And at the end of the day, then you're just locked in with one person that isn't necessarily going to bring you joy. So I think the healed version of yourself is the one that actually saves herself, that actually gives herself the financial freedom, that gives herself everything that she ever desired in the whole entire world. You're gonna have to give it to yourself. Once you have accomplished every possible thing on the list of you giving yourself all the freedom that you ever wanted, every possible thing that you ever wanted, if you give it to yourself, then I give you permission to go after a man. And you're going to be going after a man just completely for the ultimate reason of love. And let's see how he treats you. And if he treats you with respect, with dignity, with giving you the freedom, and if he actually treats you on a level even more than what you have given yourself, and really you've already given yourself so much, but if he gives you even more, that like you're like, oh my god, wow, okay, maybe I will consider, because I thought I gave myself everything, but I guess he will provide for me in a different way. He will give me maybe the love that I need. But really deep down, you have to love yourself first. You have to give yourself everything. We aren't going after the chasing effect. We aren't going after falling into this trap of needing somebody to fix us, because women can survive on their own. Men are the ones that actually need a woman to live. Women don't need a man to survive. And it's proven that when, let's say, the woman passes away, the man can't live as long, but if the man passes, the woman can live much longer. So it's actually proven. And I think that I also saw this like video, and there was it was like a social experiment, and this guy was going, or a woman was going up to women and asking them, would you live in a world just where women lived on the world and there was no man? And they were like, of course, hell yeah. Like 20 people said like, of course. And then this woman doing the social experiment goes up to a ton of men and asks them. Not one man said they would want to live on this world without women, okay? So it's proven. Women can live without men, but the fact is men need women to survive. So that just proves to me your point, that just proves to me my point, that you have to become the woman that is so complete. And that just also proves to me that women are so complete and women have everything. They don't need somebody to fulfill their dreams. We are the dream ourselves, okay? And if somebody wants to come into our lives, it has to be so good, because a lot of times in the past, if I would get into relationships and I would be in relationships, my energy gets zapped. I don't have any more energy for myself. I always am thinking about somebody else, and they're not, and I'm always thinking like, why are they treating me this way? Why are they treating me this way? And I always think, this is not who I deserve. They don't bring me flowers. They don't even open the door. They just drive off before I even get into my place. They don't care. They literally don't care. So why would I even put my energetic field in that? Why would I give them permission to thrive this way? And especially the feminine energy is so powerful that we can even give a smile to a stranger, like a man on the road, and they would get a boost of dopamine that can lift them up, and they can go move mountains, okay? Which is crazy, but you have to be really careful who you give your energy to. Just a smile is worth a million, okay? Just your smile. So when you get out there on the road and you're just having like leaky feminine energy and giving people your energy, just be careful, because they are maybe stealing away from your innate self. Obviously, I'm not saying go be disgusting, but I'm saying just be cautious, be aware of your worth. Pretty much you have to be aware of your worth. And when you go out there and give somebody a smile or give somebody your time, just know that they can now go move mountains, because that's how powerful you are, okay? So whatever it is you're doing in this moment, you have to realize your power. You have to realize how beautiful you are, how incredible you are, and don't let somebody mistreat you. The last thing I want to do is teach somebody how to treat me. That's the last thing I want to do. And that's what I feel like every time I get into a relationship, I'm like trying to teach them how to treat me. It's like, whoa, the tables have turned? Like, why do I need to teach someone how to treat me? Let me just stay away, treat myself to the utmost level, and if people can come and meet me there or more that I didn't even expect, okay, then come into my life. But if you can't respect me and I have to teach you how to treat me, goodbye. We are done. That was yesterday, okay? So you gotta know your worth in every situation and everything that you're doing. Know your worth and know that you are completely so powerful, and stop letting people mistreat you. Stop dimming your light. Stop saying like, oh, but I still need to become somebody better. You are good enough in this moment. Society, maybe the relationships in the past have taught you to think that you aren't good enough. Don't teach someone how to treat you. Please, just become the best version of yourself. Become unstoppable, get financial freedom, and then when somebody comes into your life, you decide, because you don't need them now. Now you just want to see how they're going to treat you. Is it with respect? Is it with dignity? If yes, then go ahead. That's my story on actually finding your freedom, because freedom triumphs everything. Okay, share this with a friend of yours if you think being a benefit. Like this video, subscribe down below, and I hope you guys have the most incredible rest of your day and become free, whatever it is you're doing. Freedom before everything. Thanks for watching. Bye!